was waiting for this to kick over on YouTube. Hello, ladies. How are you today or this evening? I had taken a shower and shampooed my hair, and it's still wet, but I pulled it up in a ponytail to go to Walmart because I had to go return something and pick up a couple of things. And it's still wet, but I took it down, hoping that it would dry faster if it was down. I mean, it was 64 degrees here today. So I've been running around in flip flops all day. So it's not cold. My heat's been off all day. It's still off. And I'm not complaining. I'm loving it because it was 27 degrees last night. There's Sharon J. Hello, Sharon. How are you? Gladys. I've been wearing a mask all day. And Joanne, hello. Welcome. I don't know how my coughing's going to be tonight. I haven't talked much today, and I wore my mask all day. Hi, Connie. Welcome. Glad you could make it. You're just home from work. Well, good. I was just telling Gladys I wasn't sure you made it to work today, and if you did, it might take you a while to get home with the weather. I cheated. I stopped by Wendy's and got me a bacon cheeseburger off their what was it? Their $5? No, their biggie bag as they call it, which is only $5. I stuffed that down a while ago, and I feel like I am stuffed right now, but it was sure good. I knew I wasn't going to have time to fix anything when I got home. So I went crazy trying to get into a doctor yesterday or try to make an appointment yesterday, and all I could get was freaking answering machines. I finally gave up and I said, the heck with it. By the time I get in to see the doctor, my allergies will be halfway cleared up, and they'll be cleared up so much they're not going to want to give me a shot. So it's going to be a waste of time. They don't want to give me a shot unless I've got bronchitis or I'm in there gasping for air because I can't breathe, which I would have been if I had not worn my mask day and night. I even slept with my mask on. I think it's in my purse. Yeah, here it is. I had it at the store a while ago and I put it on because I saw another lady walking around with hers on. And I said, well, she's probably got bad allergies too. Connie says, hello, Gladys. I made the muffins, mailing them tomorrow. Yeah, a lot of people have allergies out here in Texas. I mean, if you have the slightest allergy when you come to Texas, it's going to kick your butt. I promise you. Where I'm living is not the place to live if you have allergies. Because even if the wind is calm here in my yard, if it's blowing 3 or 4 miles away, it's going to stir up all that dust. It'll put it in the air and it comes right over here and settles down. Paul's in the garden. Hello, welcome. Glad you could join us. Yeah, Connie's a nice person. I tried to get this lighting right, but it's still not right. It makes me look too pale, but I may be pale right now because of my allergies. come in under. Yeah, Connie, go get under the heating blanket with Gladys. It's been 64 degrees here today. It's still warm now, even at 7 o'clock in the evening. My heat's still not on, and I'm comfortable in here. But that's Texas weather for you. It was 27 degrees, I think, last night or the night before, and 64 degrees today. I forgot what it's supposed to be tomorrow, but I think it's supposed to start raining about 11 tonight. I think that's what was in the forecast. But hey, I'm not going to complain. I got that canopy top, not fixed, but at least I've got it upright, half the height that's supposed to be, because I lowered the legs, and it's just sitting there with no shade cloth or anything on it. But it'll be okay until I get around to it. With my back and neck bothers me all the time. I mean, it threw me for a fit just to get the lights off of that canopy and get the shade cloth off and get it back up over my totes, get it away from them and get it standing upright. So I tell you, my neck and my back and everything has been giving me fits yesterday and today. I kept getting cramps down my ribs and down my legs and my toes. And it was just from pulling and pushing and shoving on that canopy top. So I'm not in a hurry to get back out there. I mean, I'll get out there and get it fixed eventually, but I don't know how much I'll do at a time. What's on the box? Hi, aloha, April. Welcome. Glad you could make it. This is a box that came today from my anonymous giver, and I will show it to you in a little bit. I was waiting for, more people to get into the live before I showed it, because a lot of times I'll show stuff that I get, and right after that I have 3 or 4 people come in. So I wanted to wait and give them plenty of time to get in before I started pulling stuff out of the box. Yep, April flowers bring May flowers. Connie said tomorrow's going to be 27 high, 17 low. Ooh, that's cold. Ooh, it made me shiver just to think about it. This was a good day to shampoo my hair. I try to shampoo it at least every other day. I have really dry skin, so I try not to shampoo it every night because it just dries your skin out even worse. But I try to do it at least every other night. And the chemicals in your water does not help. I mean, from what I understand, the chemicals alone will dry your skin out, so, and your hair, so. And see, I've never had to use city water till I moved to Texas. Living back home, even at the beach, we didn't have city water. And where I grew up in my hometown, we didn't have city water. We pumped our own water. So there was no chemicals in it at all. And it was great to shampoo your hair with and take a shower in. Oh, she sent you a heating blanket. Well, good for you. I couldn't survive without my electric blanket, Gladys. Every time mine burns out, I get online and I find some place I can order a new one, because I know on these freezing cold nights, I don't get warm unless I've got a blanket. And a lot of times I don't leave it on all night. I'll just turn it on to warm the bed up when I get in it. And then I turn it off or turn it down as low as it'll go. You sleep with a heating pad at night? I have a heating pad I use for my back, but I don't use it all the time. And I don't stay on it more than I don't stay on the heating pad more than about 15 or 20 minutes. Keeps you warm. Yeah, I know it does. It did wonders for my spine, with my back and neck injuries. I used to have to use it almost every day, but I've got so I don't have to use it quite as often now. And having the bed warm when I get in it under the electric blanket helps my spine as well. It helps relax my muscles. Because when I get cold, I tense up and it'll cause me to start hurting. Exactly, April. I don't have a man to sleep with either. My ex-husband used to get mad at me because I'd have cold feet and he'd get in the bed and I'd put my feet right up behind his knees. And he'd fuss. He'd say, "Get your cold feet away from me." I said, "Well, I'm trying to get warm." He said, "Well, they feel like ice on my legs." Yeah, and he was hot natured. I was a little cold natured. So I'd turn the electric blanket on and he'd get mad and want me to turn it off. So what I did, I made sure when I bought electric blankets that they were dual control. So you can have one side off and the other side on to keep him satisfied. Because I couldn't do without my electric blanket. I mean, my house is not that well insulated. It's an older mobile home. Just like the windows are not that tight. And with the way the wind has been blowing for the last several days, it's just stirred dust all up in my house. Oh, it's awful. I mean, I can brush my finger across the top of stuff here in my house, the table or uh, the shelf over here, and it's just dust. I can write my name. That's another reason my allergies are so bad. If I was at least in a house that was airtight to where the dust couldn't come in like that, it wouldn't bother me as bad if I was inside. And yeah, I started on my bedroom today trying to clean, and I've got to start dusting at this end of the house too because everything is covered in a film of dust everywhere, just from the way that wind has been for the last 3 days. I mean, if it blew that canopy over and bent it up, messed it up, you know how hard the wind was blowing. It had to be blowing pretty hard to do that. Or a tornado gust of wind had to come through and pick it up and move it back the way it did. Cold feet. Exactly. That's the reason I love my heating blanket. It don't matter whether I've got anybody in the bed with me or not. I'm gonna stay warm. Okay, April, go to your little store, buy something good. Oh, you ran out of coffee. That's not good for in the morning. You don't want to wake up with no coffee. Yeah, I had to pick up a few things today at Walmart. I had to get Zaditor, the eye drops. Either have to get Pataday or Zaditor, and they're both expensive. I mean, Pataday is like $19 for a little bitty bottle, and that's what the doctor prescribed for me to use. But all of a sudden, after I started getting it and using it, and it was working so well, they put it on the counter and said you didn't need a prescription for it anymore. Well, if you don't need a prescription for it, the insurance won't pay for it. So there was nothing equal to Pataday that they could write me a prescription for. So I had to start buying it myself. I mean, this little bottle Where is it? It's so little I lost it. This little bottle of Zaditor is like $13, $14 for that. But I've tried other eye drops, the cheaper stuff, and I can't use them. They irritate my eyes, or either they just don't work. And I asked the druggist one time, I said, I'm out of Pataday. And I said, I need eye drops. I said, what do you have on the shelf that's equal to Pataday or the next thing to it? And he said, Zaditor. And I started getting that. And I can't tell the difference, really. I can tell the difference between using Zaditor or Pataday. Only thing is, Pataday is about $5, $6, $7 more than this one. So I get Zaditor, the cheaper one. That's the way they do me. Every time I get something prescribed for me to take, they put it on the counter and you don't need a prescription for it anymore. So then I got to pay for it myself instead of my insurance paying for it. And like when I go in to get an allergy shot, they look at me and they say, well, you're not sick enough to get a shot. Well, I'm not sick enough because I've been wearing a mask 24/7. And still, the way the wind was blowing, I was getting sick even wearing the mask. I'm going to have a cup with you girls, a cup of coffee. Well, it's early for you, April. I don't think I'd want to be drinking a cup of coffee here at 7:16 in the evening here where I'm at, because if I had any chance at all to sleep tonight, that coffee would keep me up. And I don't use caffeine free. I bought me plenty of hot chocolate though. Don't even remember where I put it, but I'll find it when I get ready for some hot chocolate. Last week or so, went on the cold days and cold nights, I've been drinking hot chocolate. Felt pretty good. Yeah, I drink hot tea too sometimes, Connie. Look over there to see how many I got watching. Looks like I got about 25. Yeah, you need some hot chocolate with marshmallows in it. I get the kind with the little bitty marshmallow, the mini marshmallows in it. That's the one I like. Or I like hot apple cider. That's good. Yeah, the day my allergies were so bad, I didn't feel like driving all the way to Fort Worth to my allergy doctor. And I said, I wait till I feel a little bit better. He's not going to give me a shot. And if I'm sick with allergies, I can't drive up there because I don't trust myself. So, but anyway, I'm feeling better now. I remember when we first moved to Texas, it was in February. And I'd put my head under the sheets and cover my head up because I felt like I couldn't breathe. I didn't realize it was my allergies until, after we'd been here a week and I started getting sick thinking I got a virus. but I couldn't shake it. I stayed sick for 3 months. And I finally went to this doctor over in Cleburne, and I told him, and he was one of these Indian doctors that didn't speak very good English. And I told him. They took blood, tested my blood. They took an x-ray of my chest. And he come back in just grinning, shaking his head, not sick, not sick. I said, what do you mean I'm not sick? I've been sick for 3 months. All allergies, he said. And they gave me a shot, and I was fine after that. I felt better by the time I got to the car. I guess I'm going to have to start going back to Cleveland and find a doctor over there if I want to get an allergy shot rather than, because it's easier to drive to Cleveland, even though it's about the same distance from here to Fort Worth. But the traffic is better to go to Cleveland. You don't run into the Mixmaster and all this big stuff up there that I have to get to and go through to get to this doctor's office. So I've been thinking about that. I might find another doctor over in Cleveland because I don't remember the name of the guy that gave me the shot the first time. Because after that, I started going to doctors here in Granbury. But all those doctors are not here anymore. They're gone. What year did I move to Texas? It was in 1987. No, 1978. I had it backwards. 1978. We moved here in February. And it was already springtime here, felt like. Because the closer we got to Texas, the warmer it was. But yeah, after being here a week, I was sick. I stayed sick. I couldn't shake it. I was taking cough syrup. I was taking flu. I was taking flu medicines, all kind of stuff off the counter. Nothing helped. Never dawned on me it was allergies because I never took allergy medicine before. But that's all it was. And that's all it's ever been is basically allergies. It doesn't do any good to go, Gladys. If I go like I am right now and I just got a little bit of cough, they're not going to give me a shot. I got to be deathly ill almost with rattling in my chest and probably running fevers and all kind of stuff for them to do anything. I don't know. I love North Carolina because that's where I was raised. I partially lived in New York too growing up, so I like New York. I mean, I probably wouldn't like it now if I had to live there. I don't know. But yeah, I loved my hometown. I never wanted to leave there. I never wanted to come to Texas in the first place, but I ended up here and I've been here for over 40 years. I don't like the fact that I fight allergies constantly here. But in North Carolina, I had allergies, but it wasn't an everyday thing. Like in the spring, I would get bronchitis from allergies. In the fall, I would get sometimes bronchitis from allergies. But usually, pretty much the rest of the year, I was okay. I mean, unless I come in contact with perfumes. I noticed when I was just turned a teenager that I was allergic to perfumes because I'd experiment with different perfumes. You know, I'd put them on, put some on my wrist and all. And some of them made me deathly sick. I mean, my head was hurting. I was nauseated. And I knew I couldn't wear them. I had to wash the perfume and stuff off of me. So over the years, I found one or two perfumes that I could wear that didn't bother me, but not many. And then I couldn't wear much of those either. I said, well, I don't need perfumes anyway. And my granddaughter's the same way. She's inherited the allergies, which her mom has allergies too, but not, I don't think they're as bad as mine. Can't, I can't, I said I can't wait. I will have one with a cup of tea. Oh, the muffins. Yeah, we moved to Texas in 1978. My husband come home one week and he said, "We got to be in Texas next Monday. I got to be on the job Monday." I said, "No, I'm not going to Texas. We're going to Texas." And he said he already made arrangements to put boxes of our stuff on a moving truck that was coming this way anyway, because it was moving other families. The rest of the stuff we had to pack in my car or either his camper, because we had a pickup and camper and a car. So I drove the car, he drove the pickup and camper, and both of them were loaded down. We had, I don't know, 35 or so or more big cardboard boxes of stuff on this moving truck because we didn't really have furniture. It was all personal stuff. And what we couldn't load up in the car or the truck, we had to leave in that beach house we lived in because we lived on Oak Island on Long Beach. And I loved it there. Yeah, we had to leave stuff like my daughter's little piano she had gotten, and I don't know, there was other toys and different things that belonged to the kids that we had to leave. My son was only about a year and a half old, so he didn't know anything. He didn't care about anything, but my daughter did. She didn't like it that she had to leave her little piano and some other stuff behind, but it couldn't be helped. When you don't have room for it, you don't have room. So, and it took us 3 days to drive out here with two kids. And it usually takes me about 2 days to drive it by myself because I take my time. I'll drive till I get tired and I'll pull over and rest or pull over and go to sleep or do something. I just don't rush, you know? I said, that's the only way I want to travel is to take my time. If I've got to rush to get there by a certain time, I don't need to go. It's not enjoyable to me after that. Well, it's been almost 30 minutes, so I guess I can start digging into this box. Oh, and see what's in it. I need another chair over here. Oh, well, maybe I can just leave it up here. Move this chair over. Move my candle over. I haven't, I cut the top of it open, but I haven't dug into it. And that looks like a little thin cutting board, I guess. That's what that is. I've got, look at that. That's kind of neat. Got little holes in them. I've not seen any tongs that way, made like that before. And I don't know what this is. I guess it's something for little Buddy. It looks like a little cat toy. It's got a squeaky thing in it. He's outside right now, but it's got a cat face on it. It's got a little cat face. So I know that's got to be for little Buddy. Got two different things in it. Huh. He might not know what to do with that. A lunch meat slicer. I could probably use that on some stuff. Huh. That's kind of neat. I don't know how it works. Oh, I see. You could probably slice anything with it. But it's called a lunch meat slicer. Long time. I have no idea what this is. I have no idea. Hmm. I do not know what this is. It's like taped together. Oh, it's a notepad. It's a little notepad. Look at this. It's got fancy papers in it. That's kind of cute. Had something on it I was allergic to. The little, probably a little bit of pollen or something got on it from wherever they packaged it at. Believe it or not, that's what happens to me when I go in a waiting room and I'm maybe at the doctor's office. I can't look at a magazine and flip through the pages. I'll start sneezing and coughing. If it's a magazine or a book that somebody else had already flipped over the pages, because a lot of the dust and pollen settles on the pages after it's been thumbed through. And then I get it and I start turning the pages, and what little bit of pollen is on the pages will fly up in my face, and I'll start sneezing and coughing, and I'll have to put the book down. And this is more of that. It's a bigger writing notepad. That's pretty. Got pretty designs on it. And here's another one. All different sizes. This is dark magic. This is organic citron green, crisp green tea. I have to open this one to show you. It looks like a bird on a stake to put in your flower pots or something. That's what I would think it is. To avoid danger, keep this plastic bag away from me. I don't know what this is. It's a mat of some kind. I don't know. Could be a drying mat for dishes or anything. I don't know. And I was told when this was sent, to keep whatever I wanted, and if I wanted to give any of it away, I could in the trivia night. And I know that's some kind of a, looks like dough stir up or something. I'm not sure what. Y'all ladies might know what this is. It's right offhand, I'm not sure. Looks like some kind of whipper thing or whatever. How would y'all like a hand piano? A thumb piano? It's got a string that you can, with beads that you can hang it like a necklace almost. Y'all hear it? It's kind of neat. But we may use these for giveaways for our trivia games. And there's another kitchen utensil. Could be something to scoop up potatoes out of boiling water or boiled eggs. I don't know. Probably a lot of things you could use that for. Doesn't tell what it is. It's a tray with almost like an ice tray, but you would have long ice cubes. I don't know. I'm not sure, y'all. Some of y'all might could tell me what this is. Oh, I don't know if it's a mat for inside the shower. It looks more like something to put on the counter to put dishes on. But I definitely do not know what this is. Looking to see if I could. But each little section is indented like an ice tray, but they're long. I've never seen one of these, so I don't know what it is. Y'all could probably tell. I don't know. And we got more of the notepads, little name tags and stuff. Oh, we got Milk cow pins. That's a set of pins. It's got little cows on it. And milk bottles. That's pretty. That's another notepad. The back of it. But it's pretty. It's got pretty patterns on it. I'm not sure what this is. I don't know what that is. It opens up like a purse or a bag, a little bag, but I don't know what you'd use it for. Y'all probably would know. I don't. And it feels like leather. But it does have pretty sunflowers on it. We got more pins. And these are all different colors. Set. All different color ones. I hope y'all can see that. And this looks like a ring. It is a ring, but I don't want to tear the package open to dig it out. Looks like it's got a C on it. I'm not sure what that is. It might be one of those yarn rings. I have no idea. I don't want to rip it open though. Oh my goodness. We got tons of rings here. I could give one away every single trivia game. There's turquoise, there's red stones, there's white stones. But look at that. I'm hoping you can see it. See the stone in that ring? It's a turquoise. And there's like kind of like a purple. And a white. All different colors. There's red. Can't see it very well in this light. And here's a ring. It says, "The wildflowers you belong. You belong among the wildflowers," is what it says on the inside of this ring. But there's a ring in the inside this package. And I know you can't see it very well. Maybe I'm holding it too close. I don't know. The lighting wasn't made for this. Oh, that's pretty. I don't know what it is, but it's pretty. Like a little bag, lady's purse type thing. But it's material, and I love this pattern on it. Looks like we're gonna have some trivia games to give some stuff away. I forgot they said they were sending this. I'm not sure what this is. Called soft taco shells. Oh, this is the apron. I need this. I need the apron for some of my cooking videos. Don't know how much of it y'all can see. I've got a pocket up here. And it's kind of the stuff, it's not cotton. It's made out of stuff that you can just wipe off. That's neat. I'll have to wear that in one of my cooking videos. Or I may decide just to give it away. And I'll never get it back in this package. Oh, oh, let's see what I'm doing wrong here. Maybe if I fold it this way. Maybe I can get it back in there. Well, it just slid right through. I didn't know one end was open already. Well, one end didn't close. I mean, it was just open. It slid right through it, but I'll get it in there in a minute. And I know Gladys was worried that she was going to lose her points. But no, you won't lose your points, Gladys. Let's see what else is in here. A grape cutter. Well, I wonder how many people need a grape cutter. I don't have any grapes. Look at that. It's sectioned off, so when you cut the grapes or whatever, I guess you may even be able to put an egg in there. I don't know. But it will slice and dice it for you. I've never seen some of these contraptions, so. I think that's more pins right there. A set of 4 of them. A hair clip. More notepads and things like little sticky pads. Another notepad. Another notepad. And there's more. Oh my goodness. And there's more pens. I'm running out of space for this stuff, y'all. And that looks like wooden rings. All kind of rings made out of wood. I don't know if you can see that. That's either, I think that's a bracelet. And that looks like another. A rice mo card. I don't know what those are. Some kind of little cards. Let me put some of this stuff back down in here. I do remember saying, she told me she was going to send these to me. She said, you put these in with your dirt in your pots, and they hold water to keep the plants watered. I've never used these before, so she asked me if she sent them to me, would I use them? And I said, well, sure, I'd try them. So I know what that is. There's another bracelet, a silver one. Earrings. Anybody have pierced ears that would like a pair of earrings? You might win those in trivia. And this is a little necklace. Look at the stone on it. I don't know if you can really see it. That's another necklace, a silver necklace. Another silver necklace. I don't know what this is. It's in a package thing. A bag table hook. I've heard of those. You hang it on the table. And it has a hook down here you can hang your purse from. My daughter gave me one of those things one year. I don't know what I've done with it. I don't know if it's in my jewelry box or where it is. And so if you go to a restaurant and you've got a bag and you don't want to sit it in the floor, you can hang the hook right on the edge of the table and hang your purse there. And there's another bracelet. That's leather and string. It's kind of cute. Another bracelet. It says, close your eyes and make a wish, then tie this bracelet on your wrist. When it falls off or wears through, that is when your wish will come true. Huh, that's neat. There's more earrings. With my allergies, I couldn't wear them, but you ladies that don't have allergies to metal could wear those. There's another, it looks like a bracelet with 2 hearts on it. This is a package of little pendants, all kind of little pendants, but you'd need a neck chain or a bracelet to put them on. Painter's Daily. I don't know what that is. Something in there. But yeah, that's a lot of stuff. We could do many giveaways with all this. I don't know if little Buddy would do anything with this little, I guess it's a cat toy. That's the only thing I know of it could be. It's not opened at either end. And it's got those noiser things in it like a pet toy. Oh, there's one right there. I didn't put something back in the package, but I'll do it later. So what do y'all think of all that? Nice gets hi, I'm okay. I'm back and cooking coffee. Cowgirl style. Yeah, someone's gonna be blinging out. Linda, you could use the apron too when you go outside to plant seeds. You could put your seed packets in the pocket in front. Yeah, I could. That bag is perfect for me. Yeah, I like that. I've made one like that. I made a gown for myself to wear to my brother's wedding years ago when he was married in New York. It was a really nice venue where they got married. And I made my dress that I wore, my gown, and I didn't have a handbag to match to go with it. And I didn't know where in the world I could find anything that would go with that dress. And I took some of the leftover material from the dress and I made a small clutch bag to take with me to the wedding. And it turned out pretty good. So, see, years ago when I was only like 18, 19 years old, I was already inventing handbags because I didn't have a pattern for it. I just cut out material and sewed it up, made a little clutch and did a little button closure on the front of it. It worked good. And it matched the dress. So we'll have to start giving out some of these prizes in our trivias. Lots of good stuff. I like the apron on your video today. Oh, the apron that I had on today in that video, the green apron with all the different patterns at the top. Yeah, I've got that, and I've got black aprons that I had wore for a long, long time, and used to wear that black apron at work because we had to buy our own aprons to wear, and they required us to wear black aprons. So that was the apron from the job. I did have a blue jean and sunflower material apron that I made, and I sold it. I sold it on, I don't know if it was Poshmark one year or eBay or Etsy or somewhere. I sold it. And then after I sold it, I was looking for an apron to use. I didn't really use the apron until then. And I said, well, with my cooking videos, I really need to have my apron to keep me from messing up some of my clothes that I'm going to wear. Because you know how you splatter grease or some stuff on your clothing when you're cooking or mixing batter or, you know, any of that stuff. So the green one. Yeah, I put all those designs on the top of it. I wanted it to look fun. I said one of these days I'll get ambitious and make another blue jean apron, because it was just as cute as it could be. The lady ordered it. I think it was off of Poshmark. She said it was just what she was looking for. I don't know if she was buying it for herself or a gift or what, but she bought it. And there went my blue jean and sunflower pattern apron. There's Rhonda. I didn't even see Rhonda come in, but hello, Rhonda. Glad to have you. Quite a few people came in when my back was turned. Y'all just slip in on me. I want to see. That sounds super cute. What, the blue jean apron that I had made? I don't have it. Somebody bought it from me, so it's been gone a long time. Like I said, I don't know if it was on Poshmark I sold it or Etsy or eBay. One of those places I sold it. And then after I sold it, I ran into a gentleman in a store that was looking for aprons for his wife to buy. He couldn't find aprons anywhere. And I said, well, I would have had one available, but I'd sold it already. Yeah, the apron I had on today in that video was it's made out of cotton material. So you can just throw it in the washing machine and wash it. And the black one is too. But those are aprons I've had for years. Had them for many years. But yeah, I've got a whole box full of gifts here we can start giving away on trivia. I want to see. That sounds super cute. Well, like I said, I don't know. I don't have it not the blue jean one. Not until I make another one. And then it's not going to be exactly like the first one because, like I said, I didn't have a pattern for it. Oh my God. I didn't think I had seen Susie come in, but she messaged me and she says that, did you see my post that UK and US are bombing Yemen right now? It says, and a US ship has been hit in the Red Sea. That doesn't sound good. But I told her I'm live right now. So if she wants to come in, we're live. She says, okay. So maybe she'll show up. Yeah, maybe I'll get the materials all together because it takes quite a bit of blue jean material because that's the main apron, the bib and the bottom, the skirt. And then it was trimmed, bordered with about 2 or 3 inches wide cotton fabric that had sunflowers on it. And of course, the tie for the apron was made out of that sunflower material. And I think I had a pocket on the bib made out of the sunflower material. So it was kind of cute. Blue jean one for us blue jean girls. Well, like I said, it was blue jean, but it was trimmed with a 2 or 3 inch border of that cotton sunflower material. It was a sunflower print, and it was really pretty. I want to see that. It sounds super. Yeah, I was going to make another one. I never thought about making one on a video, but I could do that. I could make one on a video. Yeah, I had got a message from my secret giver saying that they were going to send a box of stuff and that I could keep whatever I wanted and then give out stuff in the trivia games that we have. So I said, well, that'll work. Well, thank you, Susan. I had to let my hair down because it was still wet. I pulled it up my ponytail, and I mean, it was soaking wet when I went to Walmart earlier. But I said, if I don't take it down, it'll never get dry. It'll still be wet when I go to bed tonight. So I took the ponytail thing out, and it's right here. I took this out of my hair, and it's wet. It is soaked from my hair being wet. So that's got to dry too. And my hair, it's still damp. I can touch the back of it and you can feel that it's still wet. But hopefully it'll be dry before I go to bed tonight. And that's what I care about. It just needs to be dry before I go to bed. I love your hair. Connie says, I love your hair right now. Wavy, beautiful. Thank you, Connie. Well, it's all natural. I mean, all I did was shampoo it, brush it out, and just let it dry. Like I said, I pulled it up in a ponytail and it was really wet. So wet I could barely get it in a ponytail because I didn't want it hanging down wet. And when I got back from Walmart before I went live, I took the ponytail thing out so my hair would dry. Yeah, I even have to wear a mask when I'm dusting the house because stirring up the dust when I'm, you know, dusting the TV and the counters and the tables and everything, it stirs it up in the air. And if I don't wear a mask, I'm gagging, sneezing, coughing, and it'll irritate my throat and my sinuses. I'm just laying in the chair with my babies. Well, that's the place to be, Susan. You need to rest and let that wrist have time to heal up. Been pretty lazy for the last several days now. Well, you need to be. You need to let that wrist heal up. So maybe you can get that cast off and they can keep it off. Yeah, I may do that. I'm gonna have to come up with some blue jean material though. I can't remember if I made that last apron out of just regular blue jean material that I bought on a boat, or if I cut it out of blue jeans. I may have done that because I'm forever cutting up an old pair of blue jeans and I'll make something else out of it. And in the case with this apron, it may take more than one pair. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a long time ago I made it. And I had a yard sale one day and I had made a blue jean apron coin holder because, you know, when you have a yard sale, you can't run back and forth and everywhere trying to get change. So I made an apron that I could wear and I made it out of blue jeans and I had separate little pockets in it. Like I put pennies in one, 5 cents in one, dimes in one, quarters in one, dollars in one, that type of thing. So when somebody wanted to pay for something in the yard sale, I had the money right on me. You know, I didn't have to run, get change or anything. It was right in my little apron that I had. And one lady come in there and she was walking around looking. She said, well, I don't really see anything I want. But I tell you what, she says, I'll buy that apron you're wearing. I said, well, I'd sell it to you. But I said, then I don't, you know, I won't have anything anywhere to put my money. Now, if she just said, well, I'll pay you to make me one, I may have done that. But she didn't say that. She wanted to buy the apron I had on. And I still have it, but I haven't had yard sales recently. Oops, good to see you, Kevin. Oh, is Kevin here? He slipped in. There you are, Kevin. Hello, Kevin. Welcome. Glad you could make it. Yeah, I may do that. I just may come up with enough material to make another blue jean apron because it did turn out kind of cute. Well, I haven't seen Gladys in a while. Where is she? Gladys, are you frozen? Too Tall Rob's there. Hey, hello, Too Tall Rob. Welcome. Hey, hey, good looking. What you got cooking tonight? I haven't cooked anything. I just showed everybody what was in this box that the anonymous giver sent me. And she told me there were some things in there that I could keep, other things that I might want to give away for trivia night. So I've got tons of prizes in this box that I can give away on trivia night. So it's just something to make it more fun, if you win something. There's Gladys. You had me worried. I thought you disappeared, Gladys. Yeah, she says, I'm here. Well, good, because you had me worried there for a minute. I didn't see your name up there. Yeah, I've still got all the tallies from the last trivia game we played. So whoever played the last time, your points are still here and they'll count on the next game. So don't worry about losing your points because we still have them, or I still have them. I recently sent some apple fritters to some friends of mine in Hawaii. They got them in 3 days. Oh, wow. Recently, I sent a friend of mine in Minnesota an apple fritter, and it took 7 days to get there. And it was smashed and battered. Oh, no. Gladys is talking to her wooden Indian. Right. That's the reason I don't like to send food. And now I don't like to even send candy. A lot of different, like chocolate. I sent my brother and his wife and girls a great big box of holiday chocolates one year. And he said, well, the chocolate was good, but he said it was broken into millions and millions of pieces because evidently it froze on the way there and got smashed around. You know how they shove boxes around in the mail trucks and stuff. And he said there wasn't a piece in there that wasn't all broken up. And I said, well, I'm sorry. I never thought about the chocolate freezing and it breaking that easy. But if it's frozen and it's thin chocolate, it will break. So, I mean, I will send candy through the mail, but I make sure it's something that's not going to break or melt. Yeah, you got to be real careful with sending food because a lot of times it'll get all broken up and smashed up by the time the people get it. And then you just wasted your money trying to send them anything. Well, that sounds good, Too Tall Rob. You're going to have leftover sausage, hamburger, lasagna with onions, mushrooms, and garlic and pepper. That sounds real good to me. I had leftover lemon chicken today for lunch. Well, it was like mid morning. I ate an early lunch because I didn't eat breakfast. And then I did so much running around and shopping that um, I stopped by Wendy's and got one of their $5 biggie bags. That's how come I got a Wendy's cup that come in the biggie bag. Yeah, anything with onions and mushrooms. Yeah, I love onions and mushrooms, but mushrooms don't love me. If I just don't eat too many of them, I'm okay. But I couldn't sit there and chow down on them, that's for sure. Swiss is my favorite cheese. I like Swiss cheese. I like provolone. I like cheddar. I like the pepper jack. I like to make a poor boy at home and put pepper jack cheese, several different kinds of cheese on it with several different kinds of sliced meat. Pretty good. I don't have anything to make a sandwich at home now. Yeah, I do. I've got some ham. One of my little hams that I just opened. I'm eating dehydrated pineapple. Maybe I mean, like, oh, I know that's good, April. Yes, a long time ago I made chili. It's my version of chili beans. Is what my kids grew up eating, and I still cook it myself. Because I love it, and I make a pot of it once in a while when I go to my son's house. If I'm going over there to eat a meal with him, I'll fix a big pot of chili beans and take it over there because he loves it. If I say something and it sounds great, I might be because my speech to text microphone. Okay, well, you're forgiven if you do too tall, Rob. I'm afraid to trust that voice to text thing. I've got it on my phone and I know I got it on my laptop, but I'm afraid to trust it because there's no telling what it's liable to translate for me with my accent. I think you have to have, I can't see beans and hamburger in chili. Yeah, I soak my beans overnight, my pinto beans, because that's what I use in my chili. I soak pinto beans overnight. I brown my hamburger and my onions. I put them in the pot with my beans that had soaked. I put in tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, and all different kinds of spices, garlic, you name it. And then I cook those beans till they're done. And I keep cooking them after. I usually fix them in my pressure cooker to shorten the length of time to cook them. And even after I take the lid off, I keep cooking them until the water reduces down and the beans and chili get really thick. That's the way it's good. And there's Derek. Hello, Derek. Welcome. I'm just fine. I'm a lot better than I have been for the last few days. My allergies aren't quite as bad, but I've been wearing a mask nonstop for the last 3 or 4 days. I took it off today, to go live because I didn't want to wear the mask. But the wind has not been blowing quite as bad today, even though it did blow some, but not as bad as it had been. And I got to spend some time dusting my house because I didn't have my windows open or anything, but I'll guarantee you my house is so dusty. There's not anything in my house that's not got a layer of dust on it right now. I made a pot of buffalo tongue and beans for New Year's. I've never had buffalo tongue. I don't know if I'd like that or not. Yeah, I got a video way back, some of my older videos where I made a pot of chili beans. Now, if I was just going to make chili to go on hot dogs or something, I wouldn't put beans in it. But on my budget, raising my kids, that was one of the dishes that I fixed maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks that the kids loved was chili beans. And that was a meal in itself because it had the beef in it and it had the beans in it. And I just made some kind of bread, biscuits, or rolls to go with it. And they loved it. Yeah, I was all for one pot meals when my kids were growing up, but I mean, I did make other stuff too, but I've got two, a girl and a boy, but they're grown, married, and they have homes of their own. They don't even live here where I do. My daughter is an hour drive in one direction. My son is an hour and a half drive in the opposite direction. Derek says, New Year, I had drinks. I don't drink alcohol, so strongest thing I drank for New Year's was maybe a Coke or a Pepsi. I've got one granddaughter. My son's got a girl, and she's already 20 years old, so she's not a little baby anymore, not no little toddler. She's as big as I am. Oh, they got the baby yesterday. Oh, have you seen it, April? I know you are tickled to death. When your kids start having babies, it's almost like having your own baby, you know? I thought just as much of my grandchild as I did my own children, I think. I am the most hill my father ever raised. I'm thinking of all the ways you can use it, like just chili dogs, baked potatoes with chili. There's a casserole you put hash browns down first, then chili and cheese on top. Yeah, I know there's a lot of ways you can do it, but our favorite way was to make a big pot of chili with pinto beans cooked in it. We called it chili beans. And you know, you can buy it at the store in a can, chili with beans or chili without. Well, I made my own. I didn't buy canned stuff. I made a great big pot of chili beans, and my kids ate that. I mean, it was gone. Yeah, I wish I could see that little baby. I know it's adorable. And I know April is just tickled beside herself. Got a new grandbaby. Like I said, I've acquired two grandsons, great grandsons, by my son's wife's daughter from a previous marriage. She's getting married in March. And I think one of them is 6 years old and the other one is 8 years old. Two little boys. So they're my great grandsons by marriage because they'll be my son's grandchildren. Oh wow, that sounds good, Susan. Put crackers crushed up and cheese, and I usually put the corn chips, like the restaurant style corn chips, put them down and put my chili beans on them and cheese and sour cream, almost like you would a taco salad. That's pretty good too. Okay, great, April, and I can show them on the next live so everybody can see that new grandson. I'm pretty sure you said it was a boy. I know your son is proud. Oh no, you got cactus where you live, Paws in the garden? I got cactus here too. Oh, you saw my green hat in the video? Yeah, that's one of the little winter hats that I crocheted. The red one, I got a green one, I got a white one, I got a multicolored one. I haven't made one in a long time. But back when I made those, you couldn't find any in the store. Not that looked anyway. I mean, you could find a few of the men that were just plain thin knit hats that they pulled on, but they were no nice ladies. So I crocheted my own. And every time I went out anywhere, people commented that they loved my hat. And I crocheted a scarf to go with it, the green one too. And I think I bought a pair of knit gloves that I trimmed around the wrist with the red and the green that came from the hat to make it a set. Grandma. Yeah, April is a new grandma. And she says, wish I could sit down long enough to knit something. See, I don't have the time anymore. I'm so busy with YouTube videos and just cleaning house what I can, and the yard, the yard has so much upkeep, and the garden. So I don't have time to sit down and knit. Plus, it aggravates my allergies. I almost have to wear a face shield to be able to crochet. I think April said I don't think it's her first grandchild. I think she's got other grandchildren. He's my third grandson, no girls yet. All grandboys, all grandsons. Yeah, cactus is something, you get those stickers in you, and some of them are so little and you can't see them, but you feel them. And if you can't see them, you can't get them out. And someone told me to take duct tape or some real strong tape and tape over the spot where that real tiny sticker is and just smash it in good. Make sure that tape is really stuck to your finger or your leg good where the sticker is, and then pull it off. And a lot of times the tape will pull the sticker out. I've tried it a few times and it does work. But you got to have some good strong tape like Gorilla tape or duct tape. Do not mash to pull the needle from your cactus. Slide the tape, do not smash. Well, usually the needle went in at an angle. So if you'll put the tape down away from the way that it hurts, you're basically pushing the tape down on the edge of that sticker. And when you pull that tape off, it'll pull the sticker out. You were using tape, okay, so you knew about that. No, I don't think I saw that, Susan. How far back was it? Yeah, I do too, Susan. I put ketchup in mine a little bit because the ketchup has some spicy stuff in it that just the plain tomatoes and what spices I put in there doesn't have. Yeah, it's not a stupid video. The tape really works with the cactus. Because some of those little stickers are so fine. You couldn't even get hold of them with anything but a piece of tape. She said I was not going to do that with her chili. You just do it and don't tell her. She'll never know. You don't usually tell all your secrets, Susan. It doesn't pay to tell your secrets. I was talking about the video I posted on my community page about testing new household batteries to see if they are any good. How do you test your batteries to see if they're any good? Oh yeah. Susan's got a battery tester. I've got a battery charger. You can fit several different sizes of the little batteries in it, but I've never even used it. Hold your battery above your table top about 2 inches and drop it. If it bounces, it's no good. Oh my God. Now that don't sound right too tall, Rob, because I think even a good battery will bounce if it's dropped high enough onto a table. If it's a good battery, it'll drop with a thud and not bounce. Huh, I've never heard of that, but I'm not saying it's not true because I don't know. The bigger the bounce, the worse the battery is. I'm gonna have to try that because I put new batteries in my little church thing for Christmas so the lights would go off. And I only had it lit one night, and the next time I went to turn it on, it wouldn't come on. So I said, well, I know the batteries can't be dead that quick. They were brand new batteries. Susan says, be right back, out of potty. Well, you go right ahead. The bigger they come, the harder they fall. Well, the batteries would probably go everywhere. I don't know of any batteries I've got right this moment that I could get. Oh, let's see. I drop these batteries up here, I'll never find them again because they're going to go everywhere. How high do you got to, how high do you have to hold them up? It blew my mind, but it really works. Did they look like they bounced to you? See it, that one hit on the end. So if it hits, I don't know if you could even see that. Did you see these? Oh, Lord, I lost my battery. Well, I don't know where it went. I'll have to find it later. Oh, there it is. I sees it. If I can get to it. Oh man. Would you say those were good batteries or bad ones, Too Tall? Connie says, Linda, for your church, try cleaning the contacts with a pencil eraser and put batteries back in your church and see if that works. If not, the batteries sat too long on the store shelf. Yeah, that could be true, Connie. They may have stayed on the shelf for too long, but I know they were batteries that I had just bought. What did you think about these that I dropped here on the counter? Well, maybe you haven't seen it yet. Scroll up and read previous messages. Oh, 2 or 3 inches. I held them about 2 feet above. Drop your battery on the negative side, the flat, about 2 or 3 inches from the surface. Yeah, I just scrolled up and read. Yeah, I'll have to try that, Connie, with the batteries in that little church because I had just bought those batteries. I only had the church turned on one time. And I don't think having it turned on for just a couple of hours would have drained the battery. Well, I dropped both of them at the same time. I can't tell if it's bouncing or not. I'll have to get a little screwdriver and get the batteries out because it's in a little thing in the bottom of it that you got to take apart with the screws. So what was the verdict on these batteries that I just did or that I'm doing? Yeah, I hope they're good because they're brand new batteries. I took them out of the package where I had bought them to drop them on the counter. Yeah, I had just bought these with some double A battery or triple A batteries for the church, I think. Because there's the package that come in. As much as they cost, they better work. No, well, I do have my little flashlights take 4 batteries. And I don't know if they take the same size that the church has or not. It takes 3 AAA batteries. Let me get the little screwdriver. If I can find it. Oh, I'm gonna have to re-glue my screwdriver holder there. One end of it came loose. Get it out. I can't get the bottom open. No, those were the ones that I tested. Hmm. Those were supposed to be new batteries. Let me try putting some of the other ones in out of the package. But they only lasted what, maybe 2 hours that night, that first night that I had them on. You would think batteries would last longer than that. New ones anyway. It's either that or it's the little no, it was the batteries. Look at there, the lights on. They blink. Turn it off. So it was the batteries dead. I'll try putting those in that little charger I've got. I don't know that they'll charge though. They may not. Yeah, I bought two different size batteries. I bought these batteries to go in the church. And then I bought AAA batteries to go in something else. But I've had this little church for a long time. But it plays music or it either lights up. And it's covered in dust. Man, this is terrible. I'm going to have to, because it was not like this. I dusted everything in this house for Christmas. Well, that's crazy. I turned it off. Didn't have it quite right. But that's what it was. The batteries were dead. Yeah, the AAA batteries go in my flashlights, and my AA batteries go in the church. And I think I got something else that AA batteries go in. I'll never get this end back on my flashlight. These were some of those military flashlights that they advertised. They adjust to make a little spotlight or wide beam, or they're supposed to blink. Here it goes. I thought they'd be handy to have. I got 4 of them. Yeah, I'm gonna see if these will go on the battery charger thing and see if they charge up. But I don't know if they're rechargeable. I don't think you can charge batteries unless they're rechargeable, can you? Yeah, you do sometimes get bad batteries, even if they're new. Yeah, they're pretty powerful little lights. These little army. And it's got something that says down here with this little light, but I can't read it. It's so tiny. I don't know. But they come in pretty good. Eveready's the best. Yeah, I know. I usually do get Eveready, but I think these were a little bit cheaper, so I bought them. I guess that's why they didn't last very long. If you want one to last for a while, get it Eveready. Battery operated boyfriend bounces with the batteries in it. Oh my God, that's pretty bad. Paws in the garden. Oh, I don't even know if I wanted to know what that one was. You just retracted too tall, Rob. Best deal I found is that Walgreens, when they are buy one, get one 50% off, they used to have them buy one, get one free. Well, hi, Holiday. Hello. How are you? Welcome. Yeah, I buy Duracell or Eveready most of the time. I don't even know how come. I guess it was the price or the store I was in where I got these. I don't remember. Your son has a charger that charges regular batteries. My mom gave it to him. Yeah, well, I'm going to try. I've got a battery charger, but I don't know if it'll, if easy to get in it or not. It will charge, I think, several different size little batteries, but can't get it open. Tear the box up. It's called a smart charger. See, like, I don't know which way they go in. I may be putting them in backwards. I don't know. And it's got a USB port to plug them right into your computer. Well, if I try to put it in the right one. It's lit up. I don't know if you can see the red lights, but it's lit up. I got those 3 batteries in there. So we'll see if they charge up. The lights are supposed to turn green when they're charged. You reckon it'll work? Got them in there. We'll see. Who wants to get your button gear to cook for tomorrow? What are you cooking tomorrow, Susan? I know it didn't somehow sound too appropriate. I ordered this one from somewhere. I don't even know. I'm trying it on these. I don't know if it'll work on these little batteries or not, but it's made for these batteries. It says this charger is made for Li-ion battery power. But these sure fit, so I'm gonna try it and see. Can't hurt them, can it? They're already dead. Can only do 2 things, not charge it or charge them, so I won't be out anything, I don't guess. I cut about 4 inches off of it. My hair. I don't know if you can see it or not back there. Oh. But I cut about 4 inches off of it about a month ago. You're forgetting the third thing, burning your house down. Well, I'm not going to leave it plugged in. I mean, I'm right here with it. That's the only reason I'm leaving it plugged in. If I leave the kitchen or go to bed or something, I'm not leaving this plugged in. I'm not stupid. I'm not crazy, and I don't want my house to burn down. So, but these batteries do not say they're chargeable. It says do not insert backwards, recharge, or mix with other battery types. So maybe I shouldn't be trying to charge these up. They may blow up, huh? Maybe I better not do that. Like I said, I don't know. It says suitable for 1-437 volt Leon battery, 1044 and it's got like 8 more numbers listed. But these are Lilion batteries or something. It's not, I don't think it's going to charge these. I mean, it would be fantastic if it did. It says suitable for Leon batteries only. So I guess I better not try to charge these, huh? Seemed like I ordered this for solar batteries, but I don't know. I don't know anymore. I just know I got it one time and I've never even tried to use it. But I don't think any of my batteries are this type of battery. So what type of batteries do you get for something like that? Y'all know? Okay, Susan, I will. Well, that would make sense too, tall Rob. Lithium batteries only, I'm sure. It should say what batteries it charges. It does. It's got a whole compatible battery model down here at the bottom with numbers. Where that yellow bar is right above it, it's got like 8 or 9 numbers of batteries that are compatible. But I don't know what kind of batteries those are. This might be the charger that I ordered for solar batteries. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember how much I paid for this one. I got it about a year or so ago. But it's a Lilion battery 4-slot smart charger. And that probably does it too. And these batteries don't even have numbers on them. So I'll have to look next time I go to the store and see what a Lilion battery is. I sound crazy, don't I? Take it out, or the next live will be in your garden. Well, it may be in my garden anyway. That's the end of the lasagna. Too Tall Rob had 2 plates. Yeah, it's usually better the next day than it is when you first cook it. Now I need to find something for dessert. I don't have any pie available. Apple pie sounds so good right now, and I don't have any of that either. I never think to look for the batteries that this thing charges. But I know I must have ordered it for some battery that I had, and the only other kind of batteries I've got around are solar batteries in some of my solar stuff. Unless I did buy batteries of this type at one time and needed a charger for them. I don't remember. It's been so long ago that I bought it. Don't remember anymore. Should just leave this out. Don't remember. I guess I'll have to make do with these pink cupcake snowballs I got at Walmart. It's been many, many years since I've had one of those snowball cupcakes. You buy in the package. Usually you get 2 in a package. I do have some chicken noodle stew I made the other day left over. Yeah, just like chili, it's always better the next day. Spaghetti sauce is too. Yeah, I don't want any batteries blowing up with me, so I'll throw those away. You get a whole box of like 12 at Walmart for under $5. I'm not double A batteries. You talking about the kind that you can recharge, or just the kind that just regular batteries? Because I think I got the batteries that's in my flashlights from Walmart. Oh, Too Tall Rob. I thought you were talking about batteries. You're talking about cupcakes. I don't usually buy cupcakes, so I don't know. I usually bake my own cupcakes. I either mix them up from scratch, or if I have a cake mix or cupcake mix box, I'll just do it from that. Here I am talking about cup batteries, and you're talking about cupcakes. He's outside. He came in and ate a little bit. He laid down in here and slept a little bit, and then he went outside. He hasn't come back scratching at the door yet. He will. Rechargeable you'll pay for. If you have a Walgreens, they have decent deals often. Well, I don't mind buying the rechargeable ones if I knew I can charge them on this, but I don't want to buy another charger. I've never even used this, so I don't remember what batteries I had that I bought it for. Like I said, maybe I had that type of battery at the time I bought that charger. I don't know. I must have, or I wouldn't have bought it, I don't guess. Yeah, the rechargeable ones cost a lot. You can buy several sets of just regular batteries for what you pay for the rechargeable ones. And then I don't know how many times you can recharge them. It was 64 here today, Hollywood or Holiday. It was 27 last night, got up to 64 today. And I don't remember what tomorrow is going to be. See if I can bring up the forecast. But I thought it was going to get colder, but I don't know if we're going to get any extreme cold weather. I thought we had some days coming up that was going to be pretty cold. Okay, Too Tall Rob, take your phone call. If you can come back, come back. If not, have a good night. And Rhonda, 11:15 p.m. where Rhonda is. You're 2 hours ahead of me. It's only 9:18 here. Well, have a good night, Rhonda. Glad you could come by. Look at the 10-day. It's going to be 30 degrees tonight, so my heat will be back on. Wind will be 25 miles per hour. Friday, the high will be 52, which will be colder than today. 30 tomorrow night. Ooh. Saturday, 58 degrees for a high, and it's going to get down to 16 degrees Friday night. Sunday, 30 degrees for. What is my thing doing here? Oh my goodness, we are getting some cold weather. Saturday, 58, low of 16. Sunday, a high of 30 during the day, and it'll be 13 Sunday night. Ooh, and Monday, 25 for a high. It'll be 8 degrees Monday night. That's the coldest night we've had. And it's supposed to rain, 24% chance of rain. Guess what? It gets down to 8 degrees Monday night and it rains. It's going to snow. It can't help but it. But it's only a 24% chance of rain, so it may not. And then Tuesday, the high 29, low of 15. Wednesday, it'll be 46 for a high, 29 Wednesday night. And it's going to stay in the 20s at night for the Thursday, Friday, Saturday of next week, the high will only be 55, 50, and 47 during the day. So yeah, we're in for a cold week coming up. So it's not going to be too bad tomorrow, but after tomorrow, it's going to get cold, y'all. My heat will be turned back on. And I guarantee you, I will not be wearing flip flops. Yeah, it's going to get very cold from what that forecast looks like. I've got 58 degrees here right now. You're in Hawaii, April. It's not going to get cold there. 68 degrees is probably your winter time. Hot cocoa on the couch under a blanket. And I've got to run back to Walmart tomorrow because it's going to be too late for me to go tonight. I have something to take care of that I forgot. So I got to run back tomorrow to do that. Ooh, it's 29 degrees where Susan is, and it feels like 19. Well, it's comfortable in my house. My heat's been off all day, but you can tell that the temperature's dropping, but it's not cold in here yet. And it shows that it's 58 degrees outside. See if that'll update. You know, when I updated it, it dropped to 55. So it's 55 now outside. But it's still like in the high 60s probably in here. Look up. Two and three for the highs here for Sunday and Monday, and two and minus two and three. Oh no, 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 no. I could not live anywhere where it gets below anything. I don't want to live anywhere where it gets minus degrees of any kind. 29 is too cold for me. And if it's going to get down to 8 degrees one of these nights coming up, I got to make sure my pipes are wrapped up outside so they don't freeze. I'll have to keep my water running a little bit to ensure that it doesn't freeze. Gladys says, April, I have no one but the wooden Indian. You got your electric blanket, Gladys. Oh no, minus 30. They're saying blizzard in Illinois. No, I don't think so. I could not handle that. I've never lived anywhere where it got minus anything. I mean, I've lived in places where it got cold at night, like down to 10, 12, 13 degrees, or like coming up one night's going to be 8 degrees. But it only got that way for maybe one night, and then the other nights were a lot warmer than that. I couldn't handle living in a place that cold. Good gracious. April says she doesn't even have a wooden Indian. She cuddles with her dog Cornbread. I cuddle up with my electric blanket. And I'm sure little buddy's going to be wanting to stay in those cold nights. He's not going to want to be outside. She may have to burn the wooden Indian to stay warm. She's not going to burn her wooden Indian. Oh, me. Trying to see how long we've been on because it's not updating on this laptop for some reason. The chat rolls up and updates. The picture's fine, but the stats like thumbs up and the time I've been streaming doesn't update for some reason. That's crazy. Yeah, hot cornbread right now with some butter. Oh my God, that'd be so good. I love hot cornbread with butter in it. Oh, golly. Is that temperature Holly, Holly or when? Who are you talking to, Susan, about the? I can't read all the question because the part of it's behind the heart. Is that or wind chill? No, that's just the actual temperature. Oh, holiday. It's the wind. I've been following the news. Ooh, oh, me. Yeah, honey butter sounds real good. My niece said they make honey butter and garlic butter. They do it every year and store it in jars. I've never tried doing any of that though. Lots of bad stuff going down. Yeah, I've got so I don't even like to watch the news. There's so much stuff going on. I don't even want to hear it. I know I should be hearing it so I'll know what's going on, but yeah, that's what I've heard that the butters is easy to make, but I'll have to look up and see what you put in it. I know my niece said that garlic butter was real easy to make. I guess you just like roast the garlic and smash it up and mix it in with your butter. Your butter. I know there's scary stuff going on, April. Them bombing every place and for one of our American ships to be hit. That doesn't sound good. That's what Susan was telling me earlier. They're gonna keep on and we're gonna break out with a World War III. We got Russia, we got Ukraine, China, UK. God knows what other country's going to get into all this mess. Yeah, it's going to be a free for all from the way it's looking. And I don't think President Biden is trying to help out anything. He's up there stirring up more crap. The government has come on and said no U.S. assets have been hit. Well, if one of our ships is hit, that's one of our U.S. assets right there. They probably just don't want everybody to know what's going on. They'll wait till the last minute till a bomb is dropped on somebody's house, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, we're being attacked. We're being attacked by Russia or UK or China or somebody," when it's too late to do anything. Oh, it's unconfirmed. Well, I hope not, Susan. I hope they didn't hit any of our ships. Yeah, I know you did, Susan. But you never know. You don't, you never know whether to believe stuff that's actually happened or if it hasn't happened. It's just scary to think about it. Yeah, a big attack at a stadium or something like that. You know that if they hit the United States, any of them do, they're going to pick places that will have the most damage to people, like a stadium, just like the towers. They brought down the Twin Towers. Look how many thousands of people were in those towers. They not only thought they were going to kill a lot of people, but they thought they would knock the country out of power and everything else by bringing the towers down, which really it didn't affect other states or cities. It just affected the towers and the people that lived right there. And that was enough, too much. Yeah, they're saying that Iran is attacking U.S. bases. Yeah, all of this is scary because, if they're attacking U.S. bases, the United States is not going to sit back and just let them be attacked. They're going to start fighting back. They haven't already. April says I'm out throwing a ball for cornbread. Yeah, see, they're trying to, if that's true, Susan, they're trying to knock out our military. They know if they can knock out our military bases and all our military, we have no defense. But there's a lot of military that they're going to have to knock out to get rid of them. Shouldn't you be throwing cornbread? Cornbread is her dog. I don't think she's going to throw the dog. Yep, I'd stay right there in Hawaii too. Yeah, well, my brother worked in the towers for IBM on one of the top floors of one of the towers. I don't remember which one, but he just took early retirement. I mean, he'd been with the company long enough to retire. He just didn't want to, but they come through asking a lot of the people that were already there long enough to retire to go ahead and take their retirement, and they would make it worth their while because they wanted all the new people to come in. Well, my brother didn't want to quit. He wanted to keep working, but they gave you no choice. So he went ahead and took his per diem and his retirement and the benefits they gave him, and he left IBM. So he was, and this just happened not too long before the towers were brought down. And I told my brother, I said, well, things happen for a reason. And then after the towers were brought down, I said, see there, I said, that's why you took a retirement. That's why you were forced into retirement, so you would not be in those towers when they came down. Because if you'd have been up on one of them top floors, I said, you'd have never made it out. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. China's threatening to take over everything. They don't like it that the shipping of their products to the United States was cut out. You know, that kept them from making a lot of money. And I mean, they had some good products, but if they were sending in COVID and all this other stuff, we don't need to be doing business with them. I love some of the products that came from China. I still do, but I don't want COVID. We have a supercomputer on Maui, and that makes us a target. Yeah. Yeah, they'll try to knock out our power supply, our computer network. Shatika, hello. Good evening. Welcome. I don't think any place is a safe place, Susan, because if they decide they want to bomb us, they're going to do it. And I don't think anybody's going to be safe, no matter what state you live in. You mean nobody would have thought they'd ever flew airplanes into the Twin Towers, but they did. It's what they called during World War II kamikazes. Isn't that what they call them? The pilots that were willing to die to kill Americans. Well, the pilots of those planes were willing to die to kill the people in those towers. Just like during World War II when they bombed Pearl Harbor. Nobody would have thought that was going to happen, but it did. Look how many people they killed. They did a lot of destruction in Pearl Harbor in one day. Yeah, it's scary times now because of the bombs they have. They can push a button and wipe out a country with its nuclear bombs and all this stuff they've got to fight with. Yeah, Gladys, I'd love to be able to do that. Yeah, I just say you got to live every day the best you can and just pray that the good Lord is looking out for us, you know. He'll keep us safe. He'll keep a war from starting. At least over here, I mean, it's already happened over there, bombing one another the way they're doing. Let's just hope it does not come to this direction, this neck of the woods. We don't need it here in the United States. Okay, Hollywood, you have a great evening. It's probably time for us to get off here. I don't know how long we've been live, but I've enjoyed chatting with everybody. Lahaina got burned down. I don't know what Lahaina is. Is that one of the cities there in Hawaii, April? You have a good night, Holiday. Be sure to come back to our next live. They just said US Command just put out a statement. I haven't seen. Yeah, Connie's still here. She's talking to Shatika. What do they put out a statement about, Susan? An old historical town. See, my coughing is a lot better. I have coughed once or twice tonight, but I'm not gagging and sneezing and coughing my head off like usual. Oh, they haven't said what it was. They're just waiting to hear. Yeah, I'm better till the next windstorm. Because, if it doesn't matter if it's rained or not, if the wind is blowing that hard all around us, even miles away where it hasn't rained, it blows the dust all in here. And like I said, everything in my house is covered in dust. I've got to go around it, wear a mask, and go around tomorrow and try to. I've already got my bedroom done, and I've got the bathroom done, and I think the little bedroom. But I need to get here in the kitchen and get the dust off the living room and this other bedroom. I didn't even, try to do that during the 3 days it was blowing so hard because it would have been hopeless. There's massive protests going on in New York right now. What kind of protests, Susan? What are they protesting? It's so cold and windy, I want to go in. I need to live in a bubble. I couldn't handle living in a bubble. On these windy days, I need to be in a bubble. I've got a friend that actually wears one of those headpieces that's got the filter for breathing. I mean, she looks like an alien. It's a full headgear with a mask in front of her face. She's got glass so she can see out with her eyes. She has to wear that when she works in her yard or mows her grass or anything. That's how bad her allergies are. I can get by with wearing a mask, like, one of these little masks. I want a bubble. It's at Times Square. Let's see if I can bring up anything on it. Well, the only thing I brought up so far is where it said New York City was preparing for possible protest, but that was New Year's Eve. I'm not bringing up anything for tonight. Protests live for tonight. New York City. Well, it says hundreds rally in New York City to call for a ceasefire in Israel Hamas war. But it said New York, hundreds of people rallied on the steps of New York Public Library in Midtown on Thursday, calling for a ceasefire in the Israel Hamas war. It says counter protesters also gathered across the street waving Israeli flags. So that's something that was going on today. I don't know if it's still going on tonight. And it says they've got they said there's upcoming protests for New York City tomorrow. New York City protest tomorrow, scheduled time live. New York City this weekend protests. They got a regular calendar here for the dates that they've got protests scheduled for New York. Don't make me pop your bubble. Probably. Yeah, but it shows they've got protests scheduled for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But I think those have already taken place. December the 11th, we joined the call from Palestine for a global strike for Gaza tomorrow, Monday, December 11th. If you are self employed, choose to not work. Can't read the rest of it. Well, that was December the 11th, 2023. So that's already taken place. I can't find anything except anything that's going on right now. Yeah, everything that comes up has already happened. It's not saying anything about what's going on today or tonight. Be right back. Don't get in my bubble. Probably those idiots supporting Hamas and their terrorism. Probably. Oh, I know New York City is a rough place to live. I used to live up there when I was little. After my mom moved to North Carolina with my dad, and they built their house in Atkinson, my mom said she never wanted to move back to New York. She'd go up there to visit her mom, but she didn't want to move back up there. Because I asked her one time, I said, Mom, would you ever want to go back to New York to live? And she said, Oh, no. She got used to living out in the country. She didn't want to go back to New York. Had to lock my gate. Don't want wandering weirdos getting in. I don't blame you, April. I wouldn't want wandering weirdos coming around my yard either. That's why I got security cameras up all around the house. I got them covering my backyard, my front yard, the side yard. And then I got motion lights out there that's not even on a camera that come on if somebody walks around or the slightest motion, those lights will come on and let me know something's out there. Had to have my little friend with me. You live way out. Well, I got neighbors around, but still, somebody comes to your house to do you harm, they can do the harm before anybody knows it. You might not get a chance to let anyone know that there's somebody here. That's the problem with all that. Have you ever been shown how to, the words behind the heart, so I can't read it. To get your cast iron skillet ready to use. What do you mean, get it ready to use, Susan? I know how to season my cast iron pans. I know how to clean them, but I'm not sure that's what you're meaning. If I hit somebody in the head with my cast iron pan, I don't think they're going to get up. That could be a deadly weapon. April says she had cameras too. Yeah, I've got a big cast iron frying pan. If I hit somebody in the head with that thing, I don't think they'd ever get up again. Your hair is shiny. Well, I shampooed it today and I put it up when I went to Walmart, but it was still just dripping wet. And when I got home before I went live, I said I had to let it down to try to get it dry before I go to bed. And it's almost dry. It's just a little, very little bit of dampness in the back, close to the back of my neck, but not much. I know my pans were new when I bought them years ago. You got to season them. But the best way to clean it, and I did a video on it on YouTube on how the best and easiest way to clean your cast iron pan once it gets all that crud burn on the outside of it, like it does after you've used it a lot. Just build you a fire outside, or if you got a fireplace or a fire pit, build you a fire, put that cast iron pan right in the fire and leave it. I guarantee you'll come out with a pan that looks brand new. It'll burn every bit of that crust off of the outside of your pan. Bring it in the house, wash it, season it up again, and it looks like a brand new pan. You have 12 cameras all over. The wind is doing my hair this evening. Well, it's not hard to season it. You just rub it down with oil. And some people season it the first time they cook. you can cook something like bacon in it the first couple of times you use that pan. And believe it or not, just frying bacon in it will season that pan. Some people will grease them down with oil and put them in the oven and leave them on a hot temperature for so many hours. I've never done that. The easiest way is just to grease them down with either olive oil, lard, cooking oil of some kind, and then just fry bacon in it the first 2 or 3 times you use that pan. And that's going to season it right there. Yeah, I can imagine an apartment has security cameras up somewhere. Okay, I need to do some bacon, but was going to do it in the oven. Well, you can do it however you want, but that's what I did. I just fried like fatback, because years ago I was living in North Carolina and we bought fatback just like people buy bacon. And it's just pure fat meat and they fry it just like bacon. And that will season your pan. Just cook that stuff in there 2 or 3 times. The first 2 or 3 times you use that pan, and it'll season it. Yeah, that's why you can't build a fire outside. Well, I understand you live in an apartment, you can't build a fire. I'm country folk, so I can have a fire out in my yard. But that's the way I clean mine. I built a fire out in the yard, put my frying pan right down in it, put my little frying pan down in it, and I left it most of the day. I kept adding wood to the fire, and those pans were right in the middle of it. I'd take them out every once in a while to check them, and if it wasn't all burnt off, I'd put them back in. And finally, that afternoon, I pulled them out. Every bit of that stuff was burnt off the outside of it. It doesn't hurt the pan at all. I brought them in the house, washed them good, oiled them down good, and they were good to go. They look brand new. But I can't see using oven cleaner and scrubbing Brillo pads and stuff trying to get that stuff off. You just can't do it. That's too much work. My poor neck can't handle it. That's the way my brother cleans his cast iron pans. He just puts them right in the fire. I mean, right in the coals. It'll burn every bit of that crud off and not hurt the metal at all. What hurts the metal is getting it wet and leaving it wet. That's why you want to oil it down after you use them each time, because the oil keeps the pan from rusting, because they do rust easy. But if you keep them oiled down, they won't rust and they'll stay seasoned for you. You don't want them dripping in oil. I mean, just rub them down and then take a clean, dry paper towel and wipe them out real good. So they're not just wet with oil, just wipe them out real good. And they're good to go till the next time you use them. Yeah, I know, Susan, you live in an apartment, so you can't have a fire outside, but I can have a fire outside anytime. That's the advantage of living out where I do. I don't live in an apartment, so. You said, say that again. I'm not sure what. I've said so much, I don't know if you're talking to me or not. Yeah, and after you get them seasoned and you fry bacon or something in them, unless you fry something in it that sticks to the pan, which it shouldn't, because seasoning, it makes it basically non-stick. You don't even have to wash them. You can just take pour your grease out of that pan, take a paper towel, wipe out that pan the best you can, and it's clean. It's good to go for next time. Or if you do wash it, just rinse it out with some mild soap, rinse it, dry it, and then grease it down again. Oh, you have trouble following along with all the news going on. Have two channels going at one time. I know what that's like. I've done that before. But cast iron frying pans and uh, uh, Dutch ovens and all that stuff, they were made out of cast iron. They're made to go in a fire because years ago that was the only way they could cook, and they had cast iron pots and pans that they cooked in. So they were made to withstand fire. Fire does not hurt them. It'll just burn off the crud that's stuck on them. Your meds are knocking in, kicking in, Gladys. Okay, well, we've been out here for so long, we need to get off anyway. I just hated to. We got 30 people still watching. And I've been enjoying the conversation. Yeah, some people are lucky enough if they can't have a fire outside, they got fireplaces, and they could literally just put the frying pan right in the fireplace and burn the stuff off. Yeah, I understand about living in an apartment. It would be kind of difficult to go downstairs and out the door on the apartment lawn and try to build a fire, wouldn't it? I think there'd be some protesting about that. And April's multitasking. Yeah, Gladys, you have a good night. Maybe you'll feel lots better tomorrow. I haven't seen Connie in lately. I hope she's still here. Yeah, I was going to say some people, even though you live in an apartment, you're allowed to have a barbecue if you have a terrace, or if you live on the ground floor, you might have a terrace right on the ground, and they allow you to have a grill or a barbecue. It just depends on what area of the town you live in, I guess. There's Connie. Yeah, I hope we don't have no World War III. We can't, I don't think anybody can handle that. People today don't know how to, I mean, they didn't know what to do years ago either, but today it would be even more of a disaster. Most of the people in the United States are too spoiled. They wouldn't know how to survive if we had a World War III. I'm not sure I could. My son says, well, the plan is, Mom, if anything major happens, everybody's supposed to come to my house. I said, well, you realize that that's an hour and a half drive away from me? And you're telling me you can't take the highways if things happen because the military will be blocking the highways. So that means I got to travel through the woods. How long do you think it would take me to get there walking through the woods if it takes an hour and a half for me to drive there? And then I don't know my way through the woods unless I walked through the woods, but it was along the highway, and that would take even longer. It would take me a month to get there. My son said he's already got plans that if something happened, he had to leave his car at work. It's a long haul, but he said, I've already got my route picked out. I got survival gear stored away. He said, I'll be walking home. He said it'd take him a while to get there, but eventually, hopefully, he would. That's the problem with everybody living so far apart. Years ago, the families lived close. They didn't live in other cities and other states. Everybody lived close, usually basically in the same town they were born in. Yeah, you have an apartment above you. But like I said, to season it, usually they do put it in the oven, or they do tell you you can fry bacon in it for the first 2 or 3 times that you cook bacon or use that pan, and that will season it. And I've only had to do mine, I think, twice over the years that I've owned my cast iron pans. And I've had them a long time because I had them before I came to Texas. And we came to Texas in 1978. So my pans are probably 50 years old and they still look new. A raging barbecue fire. Yeah, that's what it would look like. Someone come out and asked Susan what she was doing. I'm cooking my frying pan. No, I'm cleaning my pan. You know what they think? They look at her like, what? They think she went crazy. I used to have things thinking of I would help Georgie and Bob, but they are gone. So just me unless I help someone around me. Well, I don't like taking food to someone unless I know them pretty well because you never know what they can eat, what they can't eat, what they might be allergic to. Like my friend down the street, I would love to take some of the stuff that I cook in my videos down to them. But he's been not well. He's had brain surgeries, he's got a lot of ailments. And I don't know what kind of diet he's on. I don't know what his wife can eat and what she cannot eat. So I'd rather not even attempt it. Now, if it was someone that I knew really well and knew they weren't had a restricted diet or anything, I wouldn't mind. I think they take for granted they have and haven't done anything to be prepared. Well, I filled up my new freezer that was given to me, and I've got my freezer to my refrigerator full. My cabinets are stocked right now. And I'm only one person, so I don't eat that much that fast. Like that one big chicken breast I cooked yesterday in that lemon chicken video, that made 2 good meals for me. I had it for dinner last night, and then I had another meal of it that I put in a divided or sectional plate that I ate today early. So now I'm about ready to cook something else. I just don't know what it will be. I try to cook something different, that I haven't videoed before. But yeah, Susan, I do have a video on cooking those chili beans, but it's been a while back. So you'd have to go to the, just put in Linda Hauser, and when that first Linda Hauser comes up, I think it's like the second one with the round thumbnail picture of me. If you'll click on that, it'll bring up all my videos, and they'll be in order. The most recent ones first. And if you scroll down, I mean, there'll be a lot of them to scroll through. But there is a chili with beans video in there. But yeah, I can send it to you in Messenger, you know, what I put in them. I don't have any problem with that. But I just push crushed tomatoes, garlic, salt, pepper, onions. I saute my onions and garlic. Like I said, I brown my, sometimes I brown my beef before I put it in. Sometimes I just crumble the beef right up in the pot with the beans and cook them that way. Just however the notion strikes me. Oh, wow. Russia is calling for an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council. I've been talking a lot, so my throat's getting scratchy. I think the hardest thing is cooking the pinto beans, because if you soak them overnight, they'll cook faster. And I don't know if you've got a pressure cooker or a Instapot or what to cook them in, but that'll shorten the time to cook them as well. But after you take them off the pressure, you've still got to cook them for a while to cook some of that liquid out to get them kind of thick. My son didn't know to do that the first time he fixed them in his Instapot. And they took the lid off and the pressure off the beans, and he thought they were done. And he said he didn't like them. And I said, well, son, that's because even after you take the pressure off, you still got to cook them for a while longer till they thicken up. And I said, then you'll like them. They say that we committed war crimes or something like that. So they have a reason to attack, or China would. Huh. I don't know. Okay, I understand, Connie. I'm going to get off of here too, because, you know, I know I don't know how long we've been on. Oh my goodness, we've been on here for over 3 hours. Well, y'all, peace be with you. Love every one of you. I'm so happy you came in to chat tonight, because I've enjoyed thoroughly chatting with you. I wish all of you the best. I know you need a good night's sleep. I know April is fine because it's not that late where she's at, but the rest of you, it's an hour or 2 hours later where you're at than what I am. And it's 10:14 here now. So I'm going to tell everybody good night, sweet dreams. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Like, share, subscribe to my videos. Most of all, watch them. I love y'all, and I'll see you on my next one. Whoops. Bye now.